and we're going to be the rebounding. And we did a good job. We played a lot of guys early, and we did a good job as the game settled in to doing a better job of taking away transition. And but the rebounding, the timely second chance points were a difference. And we have no we never had matchups in this game that you could feel comfortable saying, okay, we can guard this guy by himself, but we've, a couple of times we left a block of shots, so we leave Olaseni open for a rebound. We've just got to do our job, and as simple as that sounds, it's not that simple. So you just have to stay in there. If you're digging on the ball, get back to your man, block out, all right, and everybody's got to be involved in the rebounding. And we didn't navigate their screening as well as we needed to a couple times, and in our coverages, and whether we're man or zone, and we've just got to do a better job of getting over the top of screens and controlling the ball better. Offensively, disappointed in our recognition, and there are too many times we're trying to make a play at the rim and we're not getting credit for it. And I think they had 8 free throws before we ever went to the foul line, right? I mean, it just, and I'm being told we're jumping into people. Well, I wish we were. I wish I was teaching that. And we've got to do a better job of being able to create, but it's not as much about that. We get fouled when we're not looking to get fouled. We get fouled on a back cut. We get fouled on an offensive board. We get fouled on a transition drive. We get fouled on a cut under, a quick pass, something like that. And when we start worrying about the rim more than just touching the paint and getting it kicked, we're not as good. And Troy's recognition of shooting tonight and some of the shots are back down around underneath the basket, not as good. He's improved his fundamentals tremendously, and so he's got to use those. He's got to utilize that the right way. Yogi missed numerous opportunities to take open shots, and at times looking to make something there. It's not there. We're Noah and Cody aren't there. Just throw the ball into them. So we've got to be creative in how we play through that pain and then still get to the foul line. So the foul difference, the free throw shooting difference was huge. But the second chance points thing, and then to me, when we watch that film, we're going to realize we had recognition of not. We moved the ball pretty good, and a couple times we tried to take it down the middle. They want you to play a game, as all big teams do. They want you to play a game 3-point line and in, okay, where they don't have to overhelp and they can use their length. We've got to play the game outside the 3-point line. That doesn't mean we have to shoot threes all the time, but it does mean that we've got to get the game moving. And we did that at times. We didn't do it at other times, and unfortunately, they got too many easy baskets in the guts of the game, and then we had trouble getting back from that. So both teams were going for their 20th win. They got theirs. We want to go get ours on Saturday now, and we have to bounce back in a hurry and get ready for a team that's extremely tough, extremely physical. We knew this was this kind of week, and we're not going to magically match up better. So we've just got to match up smarter, and we've got to match up and just do our job, like I said, when that shot comes up, and keep people off the glass best we can.
Questions? Tom, have you seen any recurring themes throughout the last 10, 11 games, or has it been different things in different games?
Well, I still think the one thing, if there's a recurring theme, we get disappointed at times when we're not making shots, and that's a maturity thing. Every young player goes through it to a degree, and then you have to grow out of it. And tonight it wasn't as much that; it was recognition of what was there. What was it? We're very conscious of moving the ball, and our drives sometimes. We're trying to make something happen. Yogi's trying to create things for his team, but sometimes you just got to shoot the ball. And we're so cognizant of that ball being spaced and getting in that paint that every once in a while, our big thing is always been one dribble sooner, right? Well, be ready to shoot it, and then when they close at you hard, shot fake it. We spend so much time on that, and we just got to get that recognition down. And tonight it wasn't as much about one more pass. It was being ready to shoot the ball. I mean, this is a team that you've got to get some assists against. And this needed to be a night where we needed the catch and shoots. But it's different things, Bob. And some of it is just Hunter comes back, then we lose Colin. These little type of deals. We don't have any room for error on that front line. And that's why Jordan Fuchs came in. He didn't do a bad job at all. And we have to play Stan in that position. We went small at times, so we just got to keep being creative around the basket. But the bottom line is I would say that if there's one thing that hurts us is when we're giving up second chance points.
There were 20 missed layups and dunks. Do you know what caused that? Was that something offensively, or is Iowa's defense tonight?
Well, you're ahead of me on looking at the numbers. I don't have the I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. So some we just point blank missed. I do remember those, and some there was a lot of physicality around the basket, and so I got to watch the film to see what that really looks like. But again, you have the privilege of being able to look at the numbers, and you got that down when you walk in. I don't have that down yet, so I have to really watch the film before I can really assess that better. I'm sorry.
What was the message being sent to the players by having 6 of them come to the podium?
Well, I'm not sure it was a message as much as the 5 guys in the end of the game need to come in and deal with it together, and Hunter's a starter. So I'd love to tell you that it was some deep subliminal message, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, Tom, and you probably addressed this a little bit with Bob's question. You lost 7, I think, of the last 11. How do you turn this around? There's a lot at stake.
We get ready for our next practice, and we get ready to play Michigan State. And we don't stay locked into numbers of the past or numbers of the future. We stay locked into what's present. I don't think you'd expect me as a coach to walk in there and talk about all that, right? Yeah. So, and I don't want to put it in my head. My head is to make sure we go and we got better. We've had a really, really good week, less than a week, I guess, of practice, and really got better with it. It just didn't show as many times as it needed to tonight, unfortunately. And we'll just turn right back around and get ready to do it again. That's the key.
Coach, when you're forced to play in the half court, it seems like there's a lot of standing around until maybe the final 10 seconds, and then there's a sense of urgency.
No, I don't agree with that. We're running actions to get movement. Our chin action, and we're trying to get the court spaced. I think when you're playing against big teams, you got to play through those corners, okay? And then it's a matter of just getting some movement, getting those guys moved. They want to stand and protect one another. Okay, so there's got to be movement. Now, when we're standing, that's not good. But some of those actions are just to keep it moving, and then be able to create something when we're in a drive and kick. So I'm sure there were a couple of those that looked that way tonight, but that's not by design. Design is making sure the ball's moving, especially if we're shooting it too quick. But there were times tonight we didn't shoot it quick enough. So we'll look back and see what we can learn from the film. Jeff?
A loss at Northwestern and the loss at home to Iowa, 2 Big Ten losses at home in a row. Is there a frustration level with what's happening?
We didn't play Northwestern at home.
No, I'm sorry. Going back to
What?
Purdue. That's 2.
Oh, Purdue, okay. Is there what now?
Is there a frustration level with the last 2 weeks as far as the results?
What I didn't know. No, we just want to keep getting better. I'm not big on frustration. I think you pretty much better grow out of frustration once you get past the 5th or 6th grade. Yeah, I really do. And I think urgency, anger, energy, all those are different buzzwords. Frustration's not a word I would use. We're practicing really hard, really well. We're tuned in. These guys want to win. They're playing extremely hard. We're playing against we don't have, especially the size teams, whether it be Purdue and whether it be we don't have much room for error in those situations. And we can go down the list of what we don't have, whether it be Devin or Colin or those type of things. We just don't. So we've got to be that much more. The hustle game, the blockout game, those kind of things got to be really good. So, no, I'm not big on the frustration thing.
Last question, Mike.
I was kind of going to piggyback on that. I mean, a lot of booze in here in the second half tonight. Do you sense a frustration with the fan base at this point?
You know what? I'm really kind of concerned about the team, Mike. I think that would be the most important thing to me, is that making sure that we continue to play as hard as we can possibly play, to play with energy, to play with efficiency. And that's pretty much where the thoughts go. The thoughts go with your team and what you need to do to make them better. That's where I would put my attention. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Obviously, you don't want to look past Michigan State on Saturday, but
So then don't ask, right? We're not going to look past Michigan State. All right, we're all about getting ready for the next game, and that's what the focus would be.
okay. Well,
Okay.
can I rephrase my question then?
Go ahead, sure.
From game to game, especially late in the season, how much stock do you put into momentum from game to game?
Not very much. I think it's a matter of rhythm and is your energy level high, things like that. Ours was. I mean, we that wasn't what did it. What did it is they were a little tougher on the glass, and at times they got how many layups and dunks did they miss? You have those numbers. I don't
I
have.
haven't counted yet.
Oh, you just counted ours? That's good. I don't think they missed that many. So I think, to me, they probably made more easy baskets. That's what's got a lot to do with momentum in a game, is who's getting the most easy baskets. And they got more than we did tonight. So that's usually how most games work. And so that's the biggest thing. Anybody else? Okay, thank you.